Hey guys, how's it going? My name is always and welcome back to Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved Expert Mode Skyblock. In the last episode, we expanded our Blood Altar mob farm so that we can get a lot more mobs killed and start working on just kind of getting more blood, because we're going to need a lot of blood in order to summon the Gaia Guardian, and that is what we are working towards currently. So yeah, it's gonna take a while. Each of the slates that we need in order to make the Gaia pylons, we need 2 for each, so we need 8 of these total, and then require 30,000 blood just to upgrade from the last one, which also requires 15 and 5 and 2 and then 1. So it's about 60,000 blood for each one. It's not quite that, but because it's what, 45, 53, 53? Sound right? Yeah. So it's 53,000 blood for each slate. Now I have worked my way up to the tier before, so all we need is 30,000 for each, but that's still a lot. That's 240,000 blood. So yeah, it's gonna take a little bit of time to get that. And before we do anything else, I want to go ahead and make some runes of sacrifices. So I made daggers of sacrifice, which are pretty easy. Just a little bit of blood and with an Arthana, and I have the Arthanas on autocraft. It's just a matter of making sure we have everything, specifically the living wood and the mana pearls. We also need another piece of terra steel, but we'll get to that here soon. Just making more mana. I accidentally tried to make another piece of terra steel without realizing we didn't have enough mana in our pool, so this is just kind of going slowly. Something that is on the agenda to do relatively soon is to revamp this farm and basically move all of the food crops down probably back there, and probably cut this entire line off. That way we can make more of the extreme chili faster, and that's the hope. So that is probably something I will work on between episodes. And yeah, today we are going to start just kind of preparing for the Gaia Guardian fight and getting a couple more things done. I am very close on getting half of the iridium that I need. In fact, there it is. So we can probably just turn this guy off. I should probably sleep and get it to be day again. But yeah, so iridium we are working on. We should probably teach the system how to make the plates, because I think those are pretty important. And let's see, where is it? For the angel rings, the iridium reinforced plates, what are these used for? So it's used for all of the different angel rings. Cenarium, which I believe is used a lot. Green hearts, which I don't really care too much about right now. What was that thing? Oh, yeah, that's a pretty powerful tool. We might need to make that later, but for right now it's not that important. But the cenarium and then the enriched cenarium is pretty important to get the quantum cores, to get the quantum solar panels. So I don't think it's a terrible idea to teach the system how to at least autocraft the iridium reinforced plates, and we should be able to make 3 of those, and we have everything. Cool. So that's a pretty easy craft, and we can go ahead and put these in here. So there is half of the iridium that we need. We just need 12 more and we'll be good to go. Now, something else that... Okay, so I'm going to be honest. A lot of the systems in this mod pack that I've already created, while some of them are great, like this guy is fine. This guy could probably use some more lasers, but other than that is fine. We can automate them as well if we wanted to. We'll see if we need to later. That's not a big deal. Automating the lasers is not terrible. Mob farms are fine. And we'll automate the Wither eventually, but right now we really can't automate him easily. The thing that we'd want is called the Mob Grinder, and it's a little bit out of our power. Not that far though. The only thing that's really difficult is, well, those are annoying. We don't really have draconium. Mana dust is annoying, but not terrible. Wyvern cores, draconic cores, yeah, most of the stuff isn't too bad. Emerald ore is pretty easy. Etheric swords are easy enough, and pulverize mana infused metal. Not entirely sure how we're supposed to get that, but it looks like crushed mithril, but laser drill is probably our option for that. Let's see if we have any, just out of curiosity. No. So that would probably be a laser drill thing. That's about the only thing we don't have, but we can make the pellets of our GT. This isn't terrible to do. We have plutonium. We have a decent amount of plutonium, actually. And the pellets of our GT are used for a couple of different things. The creative energy cell for one, Yellorium fuel rods, the mob grinder, draconic chest, which we'll probably never get to, and then making iridium with mox, but that's kind of wasteful. So pretty much most of our systems are good. Now we are going to want to change the Thaumcraft system a little bit, and you know what, we have a little bit of time. Let's go ahead and do that. So first of all, I want to get let's get some more blood. So I want to make these runes of sacrifice, and we have everything but the runes, and so we need blank slates. We're gonna need a lot of blank slates, which means we need more of the stone, the, what is it called, arcane stone blocks. We have a few that make 8. I think that should be good enough. So let's come over here. We'll get this going, and I want to make some runes of sacrifice. The reason being is it's going to make my life a lot easier. So we just do this. We're going to take these guys out and do that. Alright, so actually we want to keep these guys in our inventory right now, and basically just kill a lot of things, and this should be pretty quick. And then we'll grab our Master Blood Orb, and this would be a nice easy way to upgrade our altar, so that basically whenever we stab something and kill something with our Dagger of Sacrifice, we get a lot more stuff, and that's kind of the idea. Now I have had spiders spawn in this system, so I don't know what's up with that for sure, but it is definitely something I will have to keep an eye out. It's not terrible to kill them. Something else I could probably do. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what's going to be the best way to deal with spiders. Because they shouldn't spawn, but one did, and I don't know why. There's gotta be something I did wrong. But there isn't, I don't believe, unless at the very end, the fans count for a 2x2 spawn point. If that's the case, then that's annoying, but kind of whatever. So we have 42. If we kill one thing, we get 700 LP. And it is a set number. It is exactly 700 LP. And it will always be 700 LP. That's just the way blood magic works. It's not random or anything like that. So that's going to convert one of those guys. So let's go ahead and make the Daggers of Sacrifice. Or the Runes of Sacrifice, rather. We're going to need Waystones, which I have in here. Let's go ahead and just move most of this stuff into our normal system and go from there. So 1, 2, we don't have any more shards of that type. Order shards are the best because it's just stone. Alright, and with that taken care of, we should be able to make 2 runes of sacrifice. A lot of work for exactly 2 runes. But we can use these 2 runes to make yet another one, and and so on. So we'll just do this. I might have just screwed up the crafting. Hopefully it didn't. No. Okay. And now we should get more blood for every kill. And that's the idea. So if we get more blood, then it'll be easier in the long run to make sure we have everything we want. So let's go ahead and try to get this other slate. Let's turn our jetpack off as well. Don't need that on right now. So hopefully this is enough blood for this guy. Cool, it was. So we have 7. Okay, it's filling up another tank. That happens, so once that's done, we'll take a look at it. And this guy is filling up, especially with bows. But I will deal with that later. It's not that big of a deal. Let's go ahead and put these guys in here. And is this done? Has it stabilized yet? No. So there's 2 tanks in the altars. One is the one that you can use, and the other one is for transferring stuff. The transferring one has like a, what is it? It's 1,000 blood, like capacity. And as you like fill things up and whatnot, it fills up the reserve tank first, the one that sends things like elsewhere, and then it will fill up the main tank, which is what we see and what we can use. So once it's done, we'll come back in a minute and take a look at it. So let's go ahead and drop all this stuff off. And we need to make these Gaia pylons. Now they require elementium, dragonstone, and pixie dust, which all of this stuff is pretty straightforward to get. We are going to need a lot of mana steel, which we have 33. Let's go ahead and take 16. We're going to want more mana pearls and mana diamonds, but we'll worry about that in a little bit. So I just want to see... It's still draining. Alright, let's just get a rough estimate of how much we get now. So we're at about 550, or 5500. Kill one thing. And yeah, I don't know. We'll just kill a bunch of things and then see where it's at. Anyways, we need to turn our Portal Alfheim back on, but we need more mana, and that is kind of what's killing us at this point. We don't have much mana, so we're going to need some diamonds, and we're going to need some ender pearls. And we'll just turn these guys into... Okay, I really hate vacuum hopper sometimes. Is there not enough mana there? Nope, okay. So we've gotten as much stuff as we can. And honestly, we're just lacking on mana. So why don't we step away from magic for a little bit, and we're going to start working on some other things. So one of the big things, I mean, we could probably get more mana. You know what? Let's make a new flower. I think that will be a good idea. So we need some seeds, which we have. Let's make the Rosa Arcana. And the reason why is this flower is really good for grabbing experience. Now it's a mana rune, 2 pink, 2 purple, 1 lime. We have no mana runes. 2 pink. We have 1 purple, and there's lime. Just make sure. Okay, we don't have anything there. So we're gonna need mana pearl and some mana dust or mana steel, and so it's 3 mana steel, mana quartz, a mana diamond, because different recipe. So there's the quartz. Hopefully we have enough. Okay. It's going to require a balanced shard. And that's it. Cool. So we just need a balanced shard, which we have. Awesome. Just throw that there. And it'll start working. So we just need to grab purple flowers, which we have. We do have the mystical purple flower seeds. Do we just need 1 purple? Because if that's all no, we need 2 purple. Let's see if we can do something. So there is a really cool trick. I need to grab a piece of living rock and my wand. And there's the rune mana. We only get 1, but that's whatever. So can we plant petals? This is something that you can do in some mod packs, and we can do it in this one. So we just need some bone meal and shears. And I'm going to go ahead and do this to both. So let's just grab some shears, break the tops, and then you can turn it into 4 petals. And that is pretty much it. So it's a really cool little trick. If you're not aware of it, it's just to kind of duplicate the petals rather than duplicating the flowers. Because other than using the agricraft seeds, there's not a good way to duplicate flowers. Especially since agricraft is a little bit bugged and doesn't allow you to shear the actual flowers to get these guys instead of just the petals. So it's a little bit of a bummer, but it is what it is. So 2 purple, 1 lime, 2 pink, mana, and seeds. And that gives us the Rosa Arcana. Now let's go ahead and turn this into a floating flower. We have a bunch of orange. We need a piece of glowstone. So we do this. Oh, is it 2 pieces of glowstone? I think it is. So there's the glimmering orange flower. And we'll just do this. There's the floating orange and floating Rosa Arcana. So what we can do is just put this guy right here, and he is bound to that guy. So that works fine. What this flower does is it absorbs our experience to generate mana, and it generates a good bit of mana. So that is pretty much that. Now if we could, can we upgrade our mana spreader? There is the Elven mana spreader, which requires stuff we don't have. I don't know that we've ever gotten any Elementium, which is a bummer because it's really good stuff. You know what? Let's pick this guy up and let's bind you here, empty you out, and we're going to pick you up as well. And we're going to just come over here, put you down, and send a lot of mana to these guys until we can open the portal. And that'll be kind of the plan for right now. So that we can get Elementium, we can get Dreamwood, which is just living wood. And something we're going to have to do, and this is This is something that's been kind of bugging me for a while. We need to automate living rock and living wood. Now, we can do that with applied logistics. That's not terrible to do, but it's not fun to do. So I don't know if I want to do it that way or not. Definitely what we'll want to do, though, is let's go ahead and grab this guy and this guy. We'll put the system down below, and let's grab the cobblestone, the tiles, 2 of those, so that we can pick up the dirt and let's just fall down. So I want to go ahead and make these floating flowers as well. So as we saw before, it's just 2 flowers of any kind. Let's use 2 browns and glowstone. 1, 2. We just need 2 pasture seeds, which is pretty straightforward. And I believe it's like this. And then the pure daisies. Now we have floating pure daisies. Now, why we want to do this? Well, pretty much just to get this off the ground, and it allows us to do a little bit better automation. We don't need to, like, we can use water or anything like that if we want, but for the most part, it's just a matter of getting things that look nicer with the cobblestone. So what are our options for dealing with these things? So we need to get, alright, so how it works, let's talk about that. So the pure daisy converts stone or wood into living rock and living wood, respectively. And what it needs to, it takes a minute of time after those blocks are placed, and then you have to pick up the blocks, and you can then replace them with the other things. So what we need is some sort of block breaker and block placer, but the trick is they need to be filterable. And unfortunately, I don't believe, or we activate them after so long. That is a potential. So, do we have any block breakers? No. How about placers? No. So the other way is with annihilation and formation planes, but I'm kind of scared to see how bad annihilation planes. Actually, not bad at all. Just annihilation core and all that kind of stuff. Formation are probably the same way, just the opposite with the formation. Yeah, they are. So that is something we could do. But the problem with that is they actually have to be on their own little networks, and I'm just trying to think. We would need a what is it? The energy acceptor, because I wouldn't go all out with the controller. That's not bad to do, but it will be consumed in autocrafting, so we can't autocraft it. But that's alright. Let's go ahead and do it. So what we're going to need is we're going to need we're going to need living wood, oak wood. We're going to need stone and living rock. So hopefully I can remember how to do this the quick and easy way. If not, I will probably set it up between episodes and then come back and explain it. So we do something like this. And I guess we'll do it with we'll need an interface, which we have. we're going to need formation cores. We're going to need both cores times 10, or times 8 rather. So let's go ahead and just make 10 of them. It's not that bad. We're going to need one of these energy acceptors. Or we can use quartz fiber. I think that'll be better. It'll be a little bit easier. We're going to need ME chests would work. Let's see how bad those are to make. And let's see, ME chests versus an ME drive. I think the ME drive is easier. So we can just make a single, let's see, make 2 of these. ME drive, we'll make 1 of these. Get some glass, get some actual cables. And we do have another controller, so we could have done it the other way. And we're going to want to make the storage cell, the 1K. Where is it? There it is. 1, and we just need some quartz glass. Easy enough. Cool. So there's 2. And I think once we have ME drives, do we need another one? That is the question. Do we even need those? We do need it. We do need 1. I don't think we need 2 of these guys, actually. So let's go ahead and turn that into 1 of these guys, and that'd be fine. So once that's done, we have everything else, so we just need the formation and the 2 different planes. And we'll see if we can manage this. So don't want to use pure fluix. Let's craft like 100 of those. No, we can't do that many. Let's do 40. And pretty much that's it. We just got to find a place. Now, we're not going to be using both of these pure daisies currently, but we could later if we want. So this has a channel. Does it have, how many channels do you got? Plenty. Okay. Which actually we're only going to be using 1. So first things first, we just bring this down to a level where we can work and put the interface here. And what we're going to need is the interface will put things into a chest. I forgot to grab a chest. And I'm doing this kind of on the fly. I vaguely know how to do this. I vaguely remember kind of the idea behind this. It is a weird thing to do because it doesn't really make sense. What we're basically doing is telling the system, hey, if you have a thing, yeah, let's just go ahead and upgrade that one. Why not? We're basically telling the system if you have it will give you living rock, living wood. So let's go ahead and teach the system that. And these will be processing patterns. So 1 stone equals living rock. And 1 wood equals living wood. Now, what we want is if we have the flux crystals, which we do, 11 of those. I didn't mean to make 11. We only need 8. I messed up. So we need like 10 more of those. We're missing quartz. I really need to automate the quartz production as well. One of these days I will. And that'll just be a matter of getting sifting. So let's get some soul sand. Let's get like that many. And we'll sift it over here manually. And it'll be pretty quick. So what we're going to be doing is you tell the system, hey, if you get this, then if you get a piece of wood or a piece of stone, make living rock, living stone. And the way it does that is with the annihilation and formation planes. Now you have to have them on different networks and only accepting certain things. Now the trick that we're going to try, and I don't know if this is going to work or not, is we're going to have only one network actually have anything, I guess, or will we need more stuff? So this guy will get the 2 patterns, and we're going to need to bring this up a level. So let's just do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put that there. And we'll put the annihilation planes on the bottom. So the annihilation planes will, oops. They tend to, one, be placed weird. But they will break any blocks above them when they are activated, which is what the quartz fiber is for. We're going to just draw power off of the main system and not really worry about it. Now, if these are connected to something that is... How do we want to do this? It would be easier with MB chest, I think. So... Unfortunately, I think it's going to be easier that way. And those MB chests are a little bit of a pain to make. So, the ME chests require what? We're going to need ME terminal, cores. We're going to need, let's get 10 more of those. Nope, we can't. Let's get 1 more of those. We can't. Let's get our nether quartz. This is something we're going to need to figure out the best way to make. Bees are actually pretty good for nether quartz. But other than that, there's not really a good way other than sifting. So we'll probably end up doing something with bees, but let's go ahead and make like 20 logic processors. And core, we're going to want like 4 of those. Alright, so what else does the ME chest require? We're going to also need to make the formation planes. So one, I don't want to use pure fluids. 2, 3. You know what? It doesn't really matter. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so that's good. We need to make 2 ME chests. So what all are we missing? Flux crystals, which we are not making. We should. And then whatever the top thing was, which is the ME terminal, we need 2 of these. 1, 2. Perfect. And once the flux crystals are done, let's actually take all of this stuff out and just grab it all, just to be extra certain that it's not going to mess up anything, because I don't want to lose any of this stuff. What else do we need? Glass and flukes. So with this taken care of, I think when it says auto crafting, it means it's going to be consumed when it's if you do something like the molecular assemblers, but I don't really want to take any chances just because of how expensive that thing was. So we can actually put this stuff back. No, we can't. We need one of them. We're going to need to do that, and we need one of these. And then we make another ME drive thing. We can install that later if we want. So we need stone, living wood, and rock, and oak. So I think, and then we're probably gonna need some more ME cables. So let's just take all that stuff, and we'll come back down here and do this. So what we're gonna have is we're gonna have ME chest here, and we'll have another one over here, I guess. And this one will be connected to the formation planes. So before we do anything else, we're gonna do this with the cobblestone, and then we're gonna install our formation planes face down, because it doesn't really matter which way they go. And then we can set this up like so. And here's the cool thing. If we give this guy priority, doesn't matter. We give both of those guys what they need. And then we give them power. So this guy has power. It should, here in a second, once these devices are activated. Oh, I forgot. We need one more channel. We break just one. It'll work. But that's not what I want. So unfortunately, we're at 9 channels. So we need a controller, and I'm trying to think what's going to be the best way to do this. It's the issue is because we have 8 devices here. Plus the ME chest is considered a device on a channel. We'll have 9 channels. So we can't have all 8. Now, if we just take one out, it would work just fine, actually. So why don't we do that? So we'll just put the ME chest here, make it a little bit more compact. And it'll be a little less efficient, but that's okay. Let's go ahead. We can always make another set of this, and it'll do the same thing, basically. So let's grab this stuff. We'll make it a little bit more compact, and this guy needs to go and replaced with the other ME chest. And we'll insert the 1K storage. And here's the cool thing. So once this gets power, let's go ahead and run a line. Let's see. I guess if we do something like this, we could probably connect these guys. And then connect it straight to power like so, and then we can put the interface like here with these guys, and we should be able to see it all on the system. Put that there, and then actually let's put it on the other side so that we can pipe stuff in and out. So the other thing we can do is I guess we need to work. We need one more thing. We need the, what is it called? Cell workbench. I think, yeah, right here. This guy. Pretty easy to make, actually. So can we quickly make him? Oh, a little too fast. If we can quickly make him, that'd be really cool. So I just want to make sure we don't have it already. We're going to need a calculation. We have. Alright, so we should be able to just go ahead and make this guy. We just need a chest, which... easy enough. Not that, not that. Sell workbench. There we go. So what this guy is used for is pretty simple. We just put him down. We put the storage drive in, and we're going to tell this guy he can accept these items. So it can only accept two items. So for example, if let's go ahead and make both of these. Alright, I don't know why that didn't save. Alright, so it seems to have saved. So I believe it's this guy. So he will only accept two different items. So if we try to put cobblestone in there, we can't. But we can put stone. And we can put oak. And it should... Why isn't it extracting? That's something I'll have to figure out. But I can do that with the other guy as well. We're going to have the pure daisy here. And I've just got to remember why it doesn't work. We need just one more thing, and that's the only thing that's bothering me. Maybe these guys need to know what items they can drop. Maybe. So I'll have to figure that one out, but I think I'm going to do that off camera. This episode has gone on long enough to be perfectly blunt, and we just need to we need to get more mana. And so I'm going to spend some time getting more blood, getting more mana. I want to see one last thing. If this guy works the way I think he is. So we are at... Oh, cool. Even 10,000. We just killed one thing and got 600 blood. So that is what the Runes of Sacrifice do. We'll get more of those later. I'm going to continue working with the Rose Arcana to get mana in both these guys. The Gorgomillis over here are getting mana to this guy. And there's plenty of soy milk in them. And let's go ahead and partition this guy with living rock and living wood. And that should be fine. So now, this one I should be able to show. We put that in there. And if we put a piece of wood here manually, it will eventually get converted. But the cooler thing is we put that there, it gets immediately extracted. So then all we'll need to do is extract from these guys, which I think... I hopefully won't extract the thing when I try to pull out whatever I want, but we should be able to just put servos on this guy, and it should only go to where we need. We might have to put a filter on this guy, but it shouldn't be too bad. Or we can do something else where we let's see, where we pipe. I think I'm going to want to change this. Let's put the chest on top. And yeah, so living wood goes in there. We'll put the chest on top. And Let's get the power on this side. And I want to just kind of, yeah, do something like that. And do that. So, something like this. And what we're going to do is, essentially, I'll just put a pipe from here to here, and then from here to here. So, in fact, we could go ahead and do that. And I will figure out how to get the rest of the thing working. We don't need that anymore, and so we can put most of the stuff away. And don't need that right now. We just need item, ducks, and 2 servos. And that is pretty much it. So, this guy have anything in him? No. Alright. And do that. So servo always active. Servo always active. And it shouldn't extract that, which is the only concern I'd have. And if we come over here to the interface thing, at the very least we can test to make sure it works. One, it should see it. Right there it is. So if we say make 40 living rock, we should see a bunch of stone, and the stone should get into here. And it did. Now the only thing is why these guys aren't placing. The devices are online, so I'm not entirely sure. We might need to have the chest and then an interface, but that's going to be even more channels, and then that's going to break up even more how many we can do. So I don't know. I'll have to look into that, but hopefully we can get by with something like this. And I'll figure out what's going on with this. But anyways, like I said, I think that's enough of an episode for today. Next time, we are going to hopefully be ready to fight the Gaia Guardian and at least get him ready to summon. So that's the plan. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!